What's up, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of Casters of Horror. I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane, and this week we possess the episode looking for suitable flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been looking forward to this one, Chris.
So have I.
Yeah.
This was a film, came out just recently, directed by Joe Lynch from, you guys might know him from the movie Crypt. At least that's where I know him from. He's also done films such as, that one with that chick in it. That other movie with that guy. No, he did Mayhem, which has I'm pulling it up right now. Stephen Yeun and Samara Weaving in it, about the office workers that just go crazy. He also did Everly, which had, this is the one that I originally was thinking of, and Selma Hayek. And he also did Knights of Badassdom. Don't hold that against him. So anyway, this film just came out recently. It is they're saying, okay, is this a Lovecraft story, or is it, because you're the Lovecraft guy here,
Yeah.
Is it a Lovecraft story, or is it just Lovecraft-esque?
It is actually based on...
You're like, yes.
Yeah, that actually would be a good answer.
Yeah.
It actually is based on a Lovecraft story called The Thing on the Doorstep.
Okay.
Hi, kitty.
Hello, kitty.
It's a sort of adaptation, right? It goes a bit of, a different direction. It's got the same basic elements, but it's not like a straight adaptation of the story.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, this film stars Heather Graham and Jonathan Sage. I believe that's how you say his name. You have to really emphasize the H part in it. And Heather Graham did an incredible job in this. Absolutely incredible. And it had Judah Lewis and Bruce Davidson also in the film.
Yep. Judah Lewis from the Babysitter films.
Was he now?
Yeah. Yeah, he was the kid in the Babysitter films.
No. Was he? He was the kid?
Believe so.
What a trip. That's awesome. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. But, all right. Well, and Barbara Crampton. Can't forget Barbara Crampton.
Oh, yeah.
She's all over this film. So, and Graham Skipper. I didn't even know Graham Skipper.
Legend right there.
Yeah. Yeah, especially from the makers of Reanimator and From Beyond. Which makes you definitely go, oh, yeah, that makes sense to have Barbara Crampton in it.
Yeah.
Originally this had a different director. They said at the very, very end, there was a memoriam to him. But after he passed, Joe Lynch stepped in and he's like, I'm crazy. And I'm like, okay. So he was able to step in and do this film. So, anyway, what would you say this film, do you want to describe this film or you want me to try to describe it?
I'll
have a go at it.
You have a go at it.
There's Heather Graham plays a psychiatrist who she ends up having Judah Lewis comes in. He's needing help, and she goes to help him. But the issue is that he's basically saying that he's becoming possessed by somebody, and this possession gets transferred. Should we spoil any of it? Do we want to spoil any of it?
I don't really feel like there's a lot to spoil here.
All right, so there's psychology, possession, and lots of hanky panky,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there is some transference by transference, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Possession by possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, positional possession. So, and murders.
Yes.
We'll put it that way. I don't know. What am I missing?
I mean, we get the Miskatonic name drop. We get a look at the Necronomicon. You know, I mean, so all the
bits and pieces are there.
Things are there.
The Cthulhu. We even see something esque to that point.
Yeah. So. I mean, it takes place. You know, the Necronomicon is there, so it takes place in the Cthulhu mythos. You know.
Yeah. So, would you say that the Evil Dead takes place in that ethos?
I would not. I think it just kind of uses the terminology.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Since you brought it up, I figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we've got all these characters and possessions, and more possessions, and transference, and possessions, and then killings, and murders, and possessions. And, yeah, so...
This was basically a possession movie. But just has some of the trappings of Lovecraft, which, to be fair, the original story is kind of the same. It's the thing on the doorstep to me is like one of the least like Lovecraftian Lovecraft stories. So I don't know.
Well, despite the least Lovecraftian Lovecraft story, what did you think of this film?
I thought it was fine. That's where I can go with it. To say it's cosmic horror would be a stretch. It's obviously Lovecraftian, but I would argue that Lovecraft wrote more than just his standard cosmic horror fare. This really does feel more like just a generic possession plot to me that just happens to have the words Miskatonic University and, you know, some shots of what is obviously the Necronomicon. I say obviously if you're familiar with Lovecraft's work.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You said Heather Graham did a great job. I honestly thought Judah Lewis was probably the best in the whole film.
Oh yeah, he was great. Let me tell you guys this. Okay, if you're familiar with Joe Lynch whatsoever, okay, his stuff has, let's put it this way, any good pizza has the right amount of cheese, and that's what Joe Lynch brings to this.
Oh yes,
the right amount of cheese. So
there's plenty of cheese.
so you thought it was just okay, huh?
I thought it was just okay. I mean, it's kind of one of those where, like, as a big fan of cosmic horror, this was fine. But I also feel the same way about the original story, right? So it's not exactly one of my favorites of his work. It's not like one of these films where I regretted watching it, but I also don't think I'd watch it again. I honestly thought that a fair amount of the acting was stilted, almost like they just threw in the first takes of a lot of the scenes.
See, I was waiting for like a saxophone to come in. It's like, you know, like through some of the scenes. I mean,
yeah,
I really did. I mean, with the amount that I thought some of the acting was over the top.
Yeah,
on purpose, though. I think some of it was on purpose for the style that they were going for.
Man, I can't tell if it was on purpose or just bad acting. I genuinely don't know.
I will say this with all honesty.
Yeah.
I'm looking directly into the camera when I say this. If I had watched this film last year, it would have been in my top 5.
Really?
And I am not kidding you. I loved this film.
Wow.
I thought it was I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I had no clue where it was going towards the end. It kept me in suspense throughout the whole thing, and I dug it. I dug this movie a lot.
And see, I guess it's hard for me to know whether I suspected where it was going just because I've read the story, even though
Maybe.
it's different enough that I feel like it's a loose adaptation, or if I just saw it coming a mile away because it was a generic possession plot.
Maybe that's why I liked it.
Maybe
It could be.
And like
you know, me and Lovecraft stuff. Like I'm usually like, well, pass.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean this doesn't have. I feel like Bruce Davison is one of those actors that I feel like you don't put him in a movie and then barely utilize him, and we don't get a lot of the explanation about like who he even is or why he's doing this.
See, but I thought you liked that. I thought you enjoyed stuff like that, aka the Outwaters, where the whole film is not explained.
Yeah. No, and I understand that, but I don't know, and again, maybe it's just to me. I'm not even a huge fan of the short story, and I still thought the short story was better than this.
Wow.
But it's not bad. It's just fine.
Wow. Well, let us know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments down below what you guys thought of Suitable Flesh. And while you're down there, make sure to hit like and subscribe because we want to grow this community. Let's make it bigger. Let's make this a film community where we can all talk about the things we like, the things we don't, and why people are wrong if they don't like them. Shane. So anyway, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe so you can keep up with everything that's going on. Yeah. So I guess that's it. Shane gave it a meh. I'm giving it a yes. Ooh. I dug it. I dug it a lot. So anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I already told you what to do. So till next week, I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane. And we'll see you.
Get the hell out of here. We'll see you guys.